Good morning and welcome back to another Jedi Academy. Glad to have everybody here. If you're wondering what this is, the Jedi Academy is where we bring the best and brightest YouTubers and game changers together, sprinkling a little bit of RG madness, and basically we are here to answer your questions. This is a Q&A show for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and the way it works, if you have a question, go ahead and get that question into the chat. Make sure you put the word question in front of your question, your statement. So by me I mean I, because I'm on triple duty again because Finn mom had to have a birthday or something. Jeez. So happy birthday to Finn's mom. Hope they're having a wonderful day together. And we will get those scooped up and we will get those answered. So be patient with me. I'm doing everything. So glad to have everybody here. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. You got your coffee. You got everything you need. And let us do some Jedi Academy. And let's introduce the homies and homettes that we got here today. Let me just check Skype, see what we got. Let's start with our friend from across the pond in jolly old England, Mr. Mike Hunt.
Good afternoon.
Good morning to you. Also joining us from the good old U.S. of A., serving in our United States Army, the one and only King Felix.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Also joining us with the father of my young apprentice, and by apprentice I mean young apprentice. Xylo Takedown is here.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
And from Operation Metaverse, a good long-time friend, listener, person of acquaintance, the one and only good old Maurice.
Fringe acquaintance. I'm pretty sure I just heard fringe acquaintance.
Yes, I added a bunch.
What's up, everybody? Good morning.
Good morning to you. And it looks like we have an invasion from the north, all the way up there in Canada, sipping on maple syrup and looking at the cold weather. The one and only G Money G.
Good morning.
Hey, how's it going there, eh?
It's going very well.
Got your coffee, maple syrup, everything good to go?
No.
No.
True or false? You've been up for 45 seconds or less.
Yes, that's what I think.
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my little kid was sleeping beside me and was just like turning off my alarm. No, he didn't do that at all. But he was very warm and I just fell back asleep.
Oh my god. Well, that's how they do it up there in Canada. They like to be late. All right, so I'm drinking some more coffee myself. Get the old motor running. So trying to think of there was some announcement. We got the Jedi Starfighter this week. We got the clone helmets. We got an announcement that the road ahead will be coming up next week. They keep pushing this back, man. It's like the road ahead for the past that we didn't cover until now. That's what they should call
the road behind.
The road behind. Eventually they'll get that sucker out. Man, oh man. I wonder what they're delayed it for. There must be some big stuff coming down the line. That's the only thing I can think of why they have not released anything on the road ahead. Anybody thoughts on this?
Something massive, man. Something.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get drowned with new content, and new information, little reworks here and there.
And if the clone helmets being in way higher detail than anything else don't tell you, something's coming.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for that Geonosian coming after their artwork.
Right. Three.
I have a feeling like nobody is ready.
Yeah.
So maybe my Cody Zeta will get some work again.
No doubt. Yeah, please.
We kept complaining about getting the dust off the clones, and they did it for us. It's just they're new
suck.
and shiny. They're dusty though. Still,
they still suck. I mean, they look great. I mean, they look fantastic. Oh my god, they just look bad. They just look straight pimping with their helmets and stuff. And I know Team Money was all giggly like a little schoolgirl with the Wolfpack logo on one of them. So
I know people are gonna know now that we're not some random animal pack that we are, the wolf pack.
That's right. I'd never want to have too many play the Battlefront game because see all those clone troopers around with the wolf pack symbol and stuff. She'd probably have a stroke.
It's true.
Like, oh my God, there's 30 of you wearing the same symbol. Oh my God, the wolf pack is real. But what do we think this means? It's got to be something huge. There's got to be some big things coming down the line because they're trying to finalize what they want to say. And usually, when there's a delay in any kind of speech or announcement, it's usually because there's something big and they just don't know how to present it yet, or there's a delay on being able to release it. It's the only thing I could think of, and I have no idea what it's going to be. Any speculation?
I think the delay is just because they had to redo Revan. And that's why the road ahead stopped, because they had to fix Revan before he came out so everybody didn't lose their minds. And then now they postponed his kit reveal for like 10 days, didn't they?
Yeah, it came last
quite
minute.
a while, yeah.
Yeah, it came last
So
minute.
my guess is those 10 days they have to catch back up. So, but they better hurry because holidays are coming. Unless they
did that with Chewie though. Like Chewie dropped on a Thursday and his kit came out on a Saturday, so it was late, but it wasn't.
Well, no, they announced it before the event though, because Warrior even came on here during Jedi Academy and announced it, and we were like, "What?"
Yeah, that was a good one.
He waited till 11 Eastern, and he's like, "By the way, everyone, go check on YouTube.
I can talk about this now."
It's like, well, hello there, Chewie.
We're spitballing too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, go
on. We're like 2 weeks away from the 3-year anniversary anyway, aren't we? Like, there's the game anniversary coming too.
What is it? During Thanksgiving, we'll get the stuff, right? It's because it launched right on around Thanksgiving.
I think so, yeah.
Like the 20 something. I can't remember the exact date. I'm sure somebody in chat will like, Ranger, you dumbass. It was the 21st or something. I don't really care. I just know it's 3 years coming up. I wonder what they're going to give us this time.
A marquee ship.
ETA 2, yeah.
You know what I'd like? Man, I've been thinking about this. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say 2 light side ships so we can finally get that challenge done.
Oh, they're coming. Well, doesn't Anakin? We have what?
Yeah, that achievement.
Do we need 2 more or 1 more now that Anakin ships out?
1 more now, yeah.
It's going to be the Falcon.
Yeah, I remember.
No, it won't.
Ranger, I was like,
no, it won't. I bet you it won't. I bet you it'll be another Clone Wars.
It shall be the Falcon, and there shall be much rejoicing across the land.
They're saving the Falcon.
It'll be Bodhi Rook.
How dare you?
Like for the clones, maybe like spitballing here, but you guys remember when they released the new Ewoks and they got the skin rework and everything? Possibly some new clones. I mean, like we're up and down in the community about that one, and then
I hope so.
I would like to see. This is another spitball idea. How they did the events for the Zetas for the Ewoks and the Night Sisters. Maybe we could get another one of those events for, the clones or a new clone and some Zeta materials too.
I was thinking I was looking through all my Zetas and being disappointed in myself for some of the ones I have from the past. And what I want is a one-time Zeta buyback on any character you want.
Cody.
Man, I'd probably do Sidious, to be honest.
Artorias Track Knight just donated $2. Says, "Give me Delta Squad. Tired of these scrub clones." That's
yes.
That would be Delta Force.
I want Omega Squad. Dark Knight. What are you talking about?
Yeah, if you guys didn't listen yesterday, Grande basically made us throw up laughter because my God, was he in full form yesterday? The smartest.
I'm gonna have to go.
He's the smartest, stupidest man I know. I swear to God, like it is an amazing. He is an idiot savant on the nth degree. The
like
man,
Cool Boy.
I swear. I mean, this is why he has so many nicknames. It's ridiculous. If you guys have not listened to yesterday's lunch stream, please go listen to it. You will be just vomiting. I'm warning you. You're going to be sick because you're going to be laughing so hard.
Oh yeah, I was crying, bro.
Oh my God. I was sweating. I was laughing so hard. I could not believe it because he just says stuff and then you realize what he said and you're like, really?
It's like Grondin doesn't think before he says. He blurts
Right.
stuff out sometimes.
Yeah. It's so awful. Oh God. But all right, let's see how the questions come in. And make sure you guys get your questions in. This is what we're here for: is to answer questions. This is a Jedi Academy. This is what we do. Let me see if we got some questions. We do. We'll just start off at the top and start working our way down. Then, as I wrote your name down as you popped in here, we'll start with you, Mike. Question from David Rodriguez. Question: your thoughts on Anakin's ship? How viable is she? Mikey?
Yeah, good question. I must admit, when I first, right, so I watched Warrior's video, which was excellent and well worth watching. He took Anakin up to 7-star, and then went against the meta and couldn't touch it. So
was he using it in the starting lineup, or was he using it as a reinforcement?
He was using it in the starting lineup.
Can't.
He didn't quite have enough to max out the reinforcement. I must admit that the reinforcement, doesn't it put expose onto every ship?
Yeah, so when I was playing with Miss on Thursday with it, we came to the conclusion that it's fantastic in Galactic Republic because it gives them that heavy-hitting piece that they've been missing, and that it's a reinforcement ship. Because when that sucker comes off the bench and it's got its reinforcement maxed out, it hits like a freaking truck, dude. Because you expose everybody, and then you do his AOE. I mean, you could wipe the board. It is that good, but it's too squishy to be in the front lineup unless you've got like double tanks that are taunting right off the bat. Because if it's not there, it can go, and the AI will target that ship and kill it because it does not have the health and protection to survive the hits.
No, it does. After taking my payout yesterday, I was just looking in the ranks and saw that second was a Mace lead, 3-star ETA with, I can't remember who the other two ships were in the starting lineup, but it was a Galactic Republic lineout. And I thought, oh, I'll have a go at this. I paid it no respect whatsoever. I deliberately didn't target it from the outset. And I wanted to try a Sith fleet. And it was a combination of Sith and Empire. And with 45 seconds remaining, my last ship got decimated. It was like, oh, hang on. So it was impressive. It's going to be down to what you're going against. And yeah, you're working out the kill order. Once you get that in place against the current meta, and if you can get it working, yeah, it will provide a bit of it will provide a reason to run Mace.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the thing there. Personally, I think it's a forward planning ship.
It's
like, get that ship, work on it as and when it becomes farmable or whatever, work on it, because whatever's coming will probably work better with it or support it better.
And if everything else fails, blame Finn.
Yeah, I've seen it in my top 20 too in my fleet chart. It's the starting lineup, surprisingly, Executrix, Houndstooth, Sunfac, and Anakin. It was just hard to get to Anakin in general, and the Tarkin lead kept the turn meter running, and it just seemed like Anakin's AoE kept going and going and going. And like Mike said, I kind of underestimated the lineup going into it, expecting to just run right through it, and it was tricky.
All right. Next question will go to King Felix. This is from Talon Lee. Question. Question: can we have a meeting to set up the meeting to announce the road to the road ahead planning meeting? Well, King Felix, I don't know if you can make that happen.
We can't have an announcement for the road ahead because the road ahead is now the road behind.
Right.
So what we need to do is build a time machine and go back and make sure they get Revan right the first time so they can do the road ahead before it becomes the road behind. That's what we need to do. But Elon Musk hasn't finished his time machine yet, so we're still waiting on him.
We could just build a wall so they run into the next road ahead.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build a wall. We're gonna send the Galactic Republic Army to take care of it. We're gonna surround the wall with ships.
That's our Space Force.
It's gonna be unbelievable. I'm still curious on what they're gonna announce. I think it's gonna be a Geonosis. They're gonna get so we're gonna get a new territory battle, something Geonosis. I think we're gonna get the Millennium Falcon. We're gonna get
Is this
another
you?
legendary.
Is this you waiting for the signals to come to you from the Force, or are
Yeah,
you reading
I'm
something?
trying. No, I'm. Question me, you will not. Yeah, just trying to think of what else it could be. I mean, you have any thoughts, T Money? What do you get? What's your guess then?
I think well, a couple of things. One, they're draining us of gear right now, so be careful with that.
No, they're not. I'm not falling for that shit. I'm telling you that right now.
My guild has a lot of Mace Windu's because it's just way too much fun, and we had to. He has got to be the easiest gear in the game. Oh my goodness, he is a cheap date, that one. I think that I've been saying for long enough to make me wrong that it was coming. That Geonosis or Dathomir, some sort of territory battle is coming. As I'm saying it out loud, it could be a territory war when we have this kind of like mini little Clone War thing happening. So that's kind of cool with this territory war. What else? We called a while ago that the Millennium Falcon was coming, but I mean,
we've said that for 2 years.
Can't be wrong about that. Exactly. I haven't been saying that for a while. It was kind of the Bounty Hunter Xanadu Blood ship came out, and I was like, Bounty Hunters, Chewie. Actually, I wasn't like that. My Tylo Ren in my guild was like, hey, that's probably what this means. Hey, I'm like, oh yeah. So, I think that that's definitely coming. Hopefully not for a while, because I don't have any of those ships. It's going to be tough. So, yeah, but I think we're due for a new TV. My guild has 45 stars, and we know that we base everything on my guild. And so we've had 45 stars for a number of light side TVs. We need a new TV.
All right. Next question. Let's go to Xylo. Question from Varkash. Question: did anyone else notice the picture of Anakin's ship pack for him got the new lore model treatment? I almost thought it was a different tune. Could it mean a Jedi Knight Anakin rework is coming up?
Well, I mean, like we've been speculating, like an overall like Galactic Republic Jedi rework. Yeah. So I mean, I think Warrior said it best. One of the previous Jedi Academies, like they tend to go from newest release to rework cadence every month, in a sense, right? So you take this could be like the biggest faction quote unquote rework we've seen in the game yet, between the Geonosians and the Separatist faction and the Galactic Republic too. So I mean, that and the ship just being released, I could see it. Maybe some synergy with clones like General Kenobi has, and maybe a second ability, a new special, even something. He needs a little more to his kit. It just seems like even in the new Basilisk squads or Revan squads, he's got more survivability, but that exposed mechanic that kind of nerfs him in a sense, right? It kills him off really quick. That needs to go.
You underestimate my power.
It's like, I get the concept of his power killing himself, but not in the game. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to have a character that has negative caveat to itself, right? Like, Fulcrum's Ahsoka's protection regeneration. You know what I mean? Like, you find a way to regenerate her protection and health. But with Anakin, it's like the exposed mechanic. It's got to go. He needs more power. He needs more speed.
All right. Let's go to the next question. We'll go to good old Maurice. Let's see here. This is from John Davies. Question: I couldn't care less about a Grievous rework. What are the odds of a General Kenobi Zeta?
I think it's pretty pretty high. He's got one spot for sure. Let me pull the character up so I don't misspeak here. He does have only a level 7 on his leader ability, which would, I wonder what they'd give to the leader ability. It's already pretty good. So who knows what they could do there. I mean, I guess they could add another 3 or 4 paragraphs to that to kind of rival Revan as the ultimate Jedi leader. And then his unique also only has 7, the foresight ability. So that's definitely a possibility. He's the only legendary character or raid type, special event type character that doesn't have a Zeta. So that's definitely a possibility. I mean, but I don't think
even Wicket has a Zeta.
Yeah. Yeah, so does Night Sister Initiate.
Mhm.
There you go.
So I think
Hello there.
we could definitely get one. I don't think the Jedi really need much more help right now, though. I think they're just fine.
No, they're doing great.
What do you guys mentioned the clone synergy? Maybe they could add more of a clone synergy to him than a Jedi and make him, another option for the clones instead of Cody.
I know, but they're still just they don't hit hard enough, man. They just don't have enough damage. I think that's the one thing they could do is up their damage because they do lots of assists and call to assist, but they just don't hit hard enough.
Yeah.
I mean that's a problem. I mean all 5 attack, you're like, right, I did nothing. It's like what the hell is going on? Or give them some kind of turn meter control, something on that team because when I'm using them in Galactic War, it's like watching paint dry. It's just like, God dang, man, kill somebody already. Jesus Christ,
And then that kind of consumes from like the Jedi aspect too. If you're like using GK as the lead just for the clone squad, and then you're missing out on a clone too, so it's kind of like a spot down in your roster. And I mean, like the lead's really fun too, but I just wouldn't want to pull GK for that clone team, right? I mean, like the only fun mechanic about that is that 5's taunts. I mean, other than that, there's really nothing else that I'd want to run GK lit with the clone. So.
All right. Next question will go all the way up to up north there in Canada, the frozen tundra. T-Money, this is from Red Ribbon Army. Question. Does anyone think that CG will ever do anything about the cheating in Arena? The place fixing for payouts? That's not cheating. Is there cheating going on in Arena? God damn it. Somebody's got to tell me this stuff. T-Money, are you cheating in Arena? Do we lose T-Money?
Once she takes her mic off of mute, she'll probably start talking, but she probably
T-Money?
forgot.
3, 2, 1.
T-Money.
Nope, she's gone. She went to go get maple syrup.
She didn't drink her
T-Money.
syrup, really.
Sorry.
Oh, there she is. Hi. Would you like to join us on the Jedi Academy there, T-Money?
Oh, that would be so nice, Ranger.
Yeah,
Thank you.
invited you and everything. I mean, I know you went to go get coffee and maple syrup and shit, but I mean, if you wouldn't mind participating, would you like me to read the question again?
That would be fabulous.
All right, this is from Red Ribbon Army. Question: does anyone think that CG will ever do anything about the cheating in Arena? And in parentheses, the place fixing for payouts. And I was immediately responding like, 2 things. 1, that's not cheating unless I'm not aware of it. And is there cheating going on in Arena, T-Money? Are you cheating?
Well, I know that I've been talking with a couple people who have to regularly report cheaters in their arena, and they have people climb with these teams that are completely unrealistic and see them beating teams in 1 or 2 minutes, and then they're like, huh? And they've told me that they've reported them, and that CG has been very good at taking them out of arena quickly, it seems, because they've had to do it a few times and they've disappeared a few times. So there's that. I'm not sure what we mean by the placing being
the shard chat. They mean the shard chats and the
the mafias.
That's what I'm assuming he's meaning with by placing.
It's not cheating. I mean, it's just not. Cheating to me is when you are doing something in the game outside of the game mechanics to gain an advantage, right?
Yeah.
Like you use some kind of software application, to where you're getting all this extra stuff, and you take advantage of a game mechanic that's broken, that that is broken, so you gain
Mhm.
benefits from it. Shark Chat is just basically a way for everybody not to try to beat the shit out of each other on the top. I'm in a Shark Chat, and I'm currently not in the top, but we just use it as a communication and just rotate. But that's not cheating. That's just basically saying,
Yeah.
all right, I'll take one
So,
today, you take two tomorrow. That's not cheating, because you still
And
have to climb. You're still, you still have to beat the teams. You're not using any mechanic. That's what shark chats are designed
Mhm.
for, because before shark chats existed, everybody and their mom, especially on certain payout times, like 7 Eastern US. Oh my
I was gonna say,
God.
yeah, Eastern time payout is
Oh my
ridiculous.
God, just awful. But it's just it's working together to basically say, all right, these are the people we know that are in the that can get top five. Let's just rotate the top five, right? It's not cheating to basically say I'll take one today, and it's not just that, but the other time zones in the Shard Chat will work together. But you still beat each other's teams, so you're not cheating because you still have to climb and beat other teams, and you let everybody know that you're doing it. So the rule in our Shark Chat is if you're climbing before your payout, you're good. So it doesn't matter what the other people's payout is; they know that you're climbing, so they're going to get beaten. It's just the way it is. Revan's changed that completely. It's like
With and without
my
John
days
Woo.
of top five are over. Pretty much.
I, I was I was going to say if TW1v1 is just a reskin of tournaments,
Mm.
you'll soon find out what cheating is.
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness.
Whoever wasn't there for tournament, don't get me wrong, I loved the idea of tournaments.
You guys saying
but
this is collusion for cheating? I don't understand how you. I'm reading chat. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I'm reading it too. I understand what they're. I mean,
I
so
don't understand this. I'm going to
okay,
push.
so
I'm going to push
so
back
can I
on
say
this.
something about shard chats?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Shard chats make people fat and lazy.
It does.
That's what they do. And they are in place so that people can be lazy. So the simple thing, if you want to be in a shard chat, is just to sprint to the top where the let's not fat shame, where I know some fat people where they cannot get you. And you just do that. You just sprint to the top again and again and again. And once they see that they're going to have to like pay attention and not just get to like sit up in first place for 59 minutes, they are going to let you into their shard chat. That's how it works.
That's
Or
right.
you could just be just super annoying, totally neglect your payout, and just follow people that you know it's their payout. Just follow them 2 spots behind them, so you're never knocking them back to max. You're just annoying them and knocking them back 2 spots, 2 spots, 2 spots all the way up, and just lock them in. You might have to spend some crystals. Just be super annoying. Don't worry about getting your crystals. Just worry about getting into that arena chat.
You'll have to spend crystals the first couple weeks. You'll have to like what I used to do when someone was sniping me is I would go in and like fight them from first place to like fourth, but then leave after 3 minutes so that they wouldn't know, right? If they leave at 5 minutes, they'll know and they'll get you.
Yeah,
Throw you back.
and Shark Chat for us too. A lot of the guys I play with, they're working, they've got families and stuff. They climb at a certain time to get their spot, and that way they know, I've got 4 today and stuff like that. But it's not cheating. You're not cheating from coordinating, and you have to be able to get to that spot in the first place. So you have to have a good enough team to be in there, right? If you want to blame anybody for this mechanic, then you need to blame CG, not the players doing what they have to do to make the game somewhat reasonable. It's not cheating. Period. Cheating is taking advantage of a broke mechanic. There's nothing broke about it. Now, one thing I do have a problem with is Shard Chat's not allowing new players to get in there. I've always had a problem with that. You can go back and listen to any of the other stuff that we put out there. Is if someone can get up there and can consistently be up there, then they have the right to be up there as well. Any Shard Chat that says no, you can't because we were here first can kiss my ass. Sorry.
Consistently is
Yeah.
the key word.
That's the
though.
word, consistently, and I've always. That's
Where are
why I
those
said
guys?
that. Yeah,
Because
you have to be shown that you consistently.
No, but at the same time, it's a game. and this is
Mhm.
part of the game. Shard chats are part of the game, and you do not. People complain all the time, like, I can't be free to play because I got 10 people in my payout. Okay, don't do that. Don't do
Yeah.
that. This is a competitive game. Keep them out of your first place if that's what
Yeah,
you need
if you
to
want to
do.
do that,
Like,
go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
you know, like it's
That's
I
how
don't
you
know.
get an invitation to your shard chat for sure.
Oh,
Because at
yeah.
one point, I would just for weeks and weeks, I would just attack all day, every day, and climb up to rank 5, rank 1 all the time, just to keep fighting and keep poking the bear. You know what I mean? And that'll get you an invitation.
Right. And if you can't find your
That's
shard,
exactly how it happens.
yeah, and if you can't find your shard chat, there are sites to find it. There's a Discord, I think, with that for shard. I don't have the link. If someone,
It is
Get
easier
with
now than
Finn. Finn will
ever.
help you.
yeah,
Finn
and you
knows
can,
Yeah,
all
you
you
that
can,
have
stuff.
yeah,
game chat. You
yeah,
have
you go.
SWGOH.gg.
Hmm.
It is easier than ever to find people because I just got sniped last week by somebody who's not, so I won't say it's sniping. He's in my payout. He's not in the shard chat. He'd never been up at the top before. He's running Palpatine lead with all the Revens, and he got me like 2 minutes before my payout, and I didn't know. So and I might have been slightly intoxicated, but I sent him the Taken. I have a very particular set of skills, and I just changed it for like Star Wars
Oh
Galaxy of
my
Heroes a little bit,
God.
and just because I thought it would be funny, and luckily they thought it was funny too. So I sent him that through the game chat, and now we've talked a little bit.
I think, that's a great point. Communication is just a key thing. Some people that get up there that are new, and there's a lot of new people that are in our short chat that have Revan that, they're up there now, and they're going to be up there for a while. And they immediately looked for the short chat and got in there, and we know who they are, and they're saying, hey, it's cool. Like, yeah, it's cool. As long as you communicate, that's the thing. Because the thing is that before the short chats, all the sniping and stuff that happened, we had no way to talk to one another.
Madness.
It was freaking madness. I mean, people were just, it was cutthroat, and it's, and with the arena being set up that, um, before Revan, that you had to coordinate, and plus not everybody can sit there for hours on end watching their payout to make sure that, that they're going to get it. So it's why one of the reasons chart chats came in. But the other thing too, if you are in a chart chat and someone is consistently trying to be in there and they've got the team, you gotta let them in. You can't block them out.
That's not gonna happen on our 7-man payout.
Well, I mean, if someone can come up there that can, I mean, but as someone
And
else
the
said,
thing is, if they can come for a long period of time, because it's
right,
actually a
not
good measure of a shard chat if it's like, oh, you're new, and just knock them back for a little while. And if they do come up consistently, then it's like, okay, well, maybe they're here now. But some people just come up and then
right
like we've
disappear.
had people like you let them in the shard chat and then they just disappear.
Mhm.
It's like,
What you can do if you're like a late bloomer and you didn't get into the arena short, what you can do is you can reach out to those people and be like, hey, I'll happily take 4th, 5th place every single day. Just kind
Yeah,
of sit there and show them that you can do it. You're not interfering with them, and at the same time, you're not having to worry about refreshing and locking people in, locking yourself in. You just you'll probably make the same amount of crystals every day, just consistently taking 4th and 5th place.
yeah,
After a couple weeks, a month or so, you show that you can remain at the top, and then maybe you can get in that rotation. It's a lot easier to work your way in than it is just to demand your way in out of the gate.
You just show etiquette and give them a little bit of time, and that pays off. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and just work with them. Now, if they're going to be assholes, then I told someone,
Fight them.
you burn their ass. Sorry, if they're going to be buttholes about it, then you'd be like, okay, start sniping. Force their hand. Be like, look, I try to be reasonable. You don't want to be reasonable. So if I screw your payout time, you have no. I have to earn crystals too. And if I can be up here consistently and be in the top 10, and you don't like it, tough. Because I have as much right to crystals as you do. You don't get to
Yeah,
hoard the
all day, every
crystals.
day. Fight them
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, and I've told people to do that. If you take the right steps and say, "Look, I try to get in the shard chat. I try to talk to these guys. They don't want to have anything to do with it. I even try to follow what they said to do, get in the top 20, and then we'll listen." And if you get to that point, and then they're just like, "No, we're not letting you in," then you just start sniping. It's just, I'm sorry, and then they're gonna have no choice. So there's just ways to, but it's about communication, guys. I mean, there's only 5 spots. Um, some people, they don't have this problem because of when their payout is. Like, we got people in our shard that are like, their payouts is one or two guys because they're just, they're in Europe, they're in Australia, they're in Japan. They don't
Korea.
Korea. They just don't have the problem that everybody else does, because I think Europe, I can't remember the one. There's one in Europe, and then there's one in the U.S. that those times you'll see a ton of people in that zone that are trying to vie for that position. And even the other U.S. times, like Central, Mountain, Western, you'll see a lot of people in there too. It's like 5 to 10 people that are trying to go for the top spot. So, I mean, you can, everyone got sick of everyone fighting each other and was like, okay, this is ridiculous. And then Shred Trats came about from it. So, but it's not cheating. I just want to make that clear. I mean, there are parts of aspects of it, but to say someone's cheating is not. Now, if you want to say they're being assholes, that's a whole different ballgame. I'll definitely go with you on that. If they're being douchebags and not letting you participate, if you have shown that you can be in the top 10, sorry. But other than that, work with those guys, and it's not cheating. They're just trying to coordinate so everybody's not beating the hell out of each other, especially for some of them that can win, that just don't have they can't sit there with work and everything. 'Cause there's more stuff to this game than the game, guys. There's life, you know. You want to spend time with your families. You want to spend your time doing other shit other than sitting there for an hour looking at your payout going, please don't hit me. Oh, you hit me. I have to hit you back, So, yeah. All right. Great discussion.
Yeah.
I like that question. That was really good. Those are the kind of questions that get me going. I like that shit. All right, let me get to the next question. D Perks. No, that's not a question. Never mind. Northern Border. Let's go back up to Mike. D Perks. It had question in there, but it was something else. Northern Border question for you, Mike. Revan's third Zeta on his special. How high should we be prioritizing it?
Revan's what on a special?
Third Zeta on his special. How high of a priority is it?
So I'm just gonna. So we're on about Savior, yeah?
No, it's direct focus, Mike. The mass assist.
Oh. Okay, sorry. I'm still buzzing. I just had a ship battle and I won, and
Okay.
I'm quite surprised.
Okay.
I'm running Sith, and it's thrown me. Direct focus, add buff immunity for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. Yeah. Hang on. He's leader. No, max focus.
Direct focus.
That's direct focus. That's the one where
Third one
you
from
reduce
the
the
top.
cooldowns.
The third one from the top.
Yes. What about it?
I
It's really
I say
good.
yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Can someone who's paying attention help Mike, please?
It's good.
It's a good Zeta, and I wish I did it before the other one.
So what's the so let's look at this.
Direct focus.
Well, let's look at the question
okay.
like this: what is the order for Zetas on Revan, and should you do all 3 Zetas at once? Let's look at it from that kind of direction, right?
Before we do
went-
that, I did Hero first because I did it at Gear 8, so it gave him that unable to be stunned and ability blocked under a
You didn't do his
Bastila.
leader?
No, I did because I did it under Geared, and I already had the Zeta, so I did Hero for the shared statistic. I like that shared statistic ability in the games, but I did the leader following that because I was like 13 Zetas into my next Zeta days later. But the hero was the shared statistic one. I love that over the leader because he was under geared and squishy. But then as I geared him, I did the leader, and now I'm about to do direct focus. But that's going to spam Grandmaster Yoda's kit over and over again, basically.
Yeah, direct focus was the one that I did last. I had 2 Zetas. I did leader, then I did hero, and then I unmanard for I don't know, 30 seconds, and when I had the next Zeta ready and did direct focus. Yeah, he's one of those two. He's one of actually, I think he is my rarity. He is my only toon with 3 Zetas.
Yeah,
He's about to be mine.
I'm going for it in a couple more days too. Yeah.
After
my
this
J-
territory wars, I'll finish him.
my
Nice,
JTR
Felix.
still operates just on the lead. I've got 2 on Luke.
The uniques, yeah.
But yeah,
Same, yeah.
yeah. But, I mean that's the biggest compliment I can pay Revan is the fact that he's the only toon that I've ever invested 3 Zetas into. So yes,
All right.
prioritize them. Do tick them off, and then move on to your next character.
Da, 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 da. All right. Let's see. I lost my place. Okay. Next question to King Felix. Bear with me, guys. Remember, I'm doing triple duty today, so bear with me.
If you need me to put you in your place, I can do that.
How dare you, T-Money? Well, okay, only you. But we're not using maple syrup. All right. I gotta say, it just reminded me. I saw T-Money's Halloween costume. Best costume ever.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was so goddamn
Yeah, it
good.
was.
I was like, you gotta show me a picture of that. And she did. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. Princess Jedi.
Yeah.
Out.
I do Halloween. I love Halloween, but I don't buy Halloween. Everything from Halloween is like, oh my gosh. Like occasionally I'll prepare like once every decade or so.
What 2 costumes can I mash?
My favorite costume, and I highly suggest everyone does this, is to go as your evil twin. So you just need I was had this wig and all this goth clothes and black lipstick and you just have a tag that says "This is my evil twin."
Mm-hmm.
And
I like that.
It's a great costume.
Evil T-Money. Let's see here. King Felix. David Rodriguez question around the corn. Who will be the next marquee tune if you were betting the house?
Ooh, the house.
The hizzy.
The hizzy and the shizzy? Okay. Let me see the next one.
Maz Kanata.
No, it's going to be Clone Wars.
Oh, Clone
They're
Wars.
going to do it. I'm going to go with a clone, and I'm going to go with Gregor.
Gregor, okay.
That's what I'm going.
All right. So we got Gregor. Anybody else want to get on this action?
Ooh, 99. The disformed clone from the animated series.
It doesn't have to be a clone. Do you think that any marquee, Xylo?
Well, I just spitballing the clones because I mean they could bring so many different clones into the game, but I'd like to see that kid in specific because you could make him like a healer cleanser for the team, right? Because he was more of a support for the clones in the show. So you could even it'd be something unique they could do with the clones, and I would like to see. So
be a Hermit Yoda-esque character.
Yeah, like a kit specifically for the clones that can do like master's training, like call them to assist one at a time and build it up, and more damage output because the 212th attack, that was the first what was it called, focus fire special ability, right? But the caveat to that is it's 40% reduced damage. So imagine them having a way to spam each other more and increasing their damage output.
All right. Anybody else?
I mean, they could do just instead of reworking Mace, they could just try again and make a brand new one. That's always an option.
The one that works.
Yeah, like
Shadow
Grandmaster
Points,
Mace Windu or
Vapid, that's
General
Vapid,
Windu.
all that stuff,
When a
like
character
from the-
needs 1,000 offense and 480% protection to be useful,
Right.
It's just time to try again. That's
Yes.
awful. 1,000% offense. That's
Right.
ridiculous.
I know, right?
Droids with
Droids.
droid ships
Oh.
to necessitate more clones to
Okay.
tackle droids.
Okay. We're going to get the old Droidica.
Oh, that
I think the
would be-
Droidica
that-
will be like a legendary or a TB reward. I think I was going through the Separatist droids, and there's a B2 grapple droid that I want so badly in the game. It's
Well,
like the
you
B2
can't
battle
have it.
droid, but he's got big forearms. Like he's totally missed leg day. Yeah, he's beautiful.
All right. Good old Maurice question for everyone. Will anyone be playing Fallout 76? You know this is a Galaxy Heroes show there, good old Maurice, right?
I'm sorry.
That was his question, and you gave it to himself.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be playing Fallout 76. How about you guys?
Well, I just saw that. I'm like, really? They just just throw that in there. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Zyla, we'll go to the next one to you. Revenator has a fun one, then I'll give you a real one here, Zylo. Question: once we hit the moment tonight, hit that moment tonight, and travel back in time for daylight savings time, will we find the road ahead that was supposed to be released? What do you think, Zylo?
I'm praying for it. I mean, we need that road ahead sooner or
They
later,
said
right?
next week. They said next week. We know that.
Oh man, that went right over my head.
I know. I know. It was a trick question. Let's see here. But no, the real question is from Talon Lee. It has nothing to do with Fallout 76. I'm just throwing that out there, Zylo. So I don't know if you were thinking about that game, but if you are thinking about playing Fallout 76, get with good old Maurice. Paid advertisement for another game on Galaxy
Are
Heroes.
you guys gonna stream that too, Gom?
Oh, are you?
Probably not.
Why not, man? That commentary would be hilarious.
No, it would not. It would not be a PG stream whatsoever.
I know. T might be running around like, hey, where's the maple syrup in this game, eh? What's going on?
You can see T Money over on the side of the map, just like running into a tree.
What the hell?
You'll see me just getting sniped and cursing, losing all my junk.
It's like this tree doesn't have. This isn't a Canadian tree. This is BS. T Money plays the whole game just having fun in the woods.
I need you to all come to Canada.
I know,
because
right?
Sometimes I wonder. That's what Canadians do. They look up at trees and wonder.
Oh, awesome. All right, Zylo. Question from Talon Lee. Question: no Revan, no Treya, only 5-star Chewie. What are my best options for beating top teams in Arena? Night Sisters? Question mark.
Yeah, like Night Sisters is like caveat counter to everything, right? And I mean, like it seems to be the best thing for Revan right now. So I'd say Night Sisters.
I mean, if you have a 5-star Chewie, if you get him to gear 11 with the CLS Han, that team can get you some. You can climb with that team pretty decently. I mean, even though you don't have,
It depends on like the lineup too that you have, right? And then if it's survivable too, because I mean, like even when Chewie came out, yeah, it was like obviously it was a Nihilus killer, Chariot killer team, but it just didn't seem to hold on defense unless you went all in on that particular team. And Night Sisters, I wouldn't say you'd have to go all in on it for them, and you can still get a good bang for your buck out of like minimum gear of gear 12.
Yeah, Night Sisters is just such a fantastic team. Overall.
Yeah, raids, territory wars, territory battles, arena. So I mean, even missing out on the caveat that they don't have ships, you still get a good general overhaul of them. So I'd say Night Sisters, you can go and just do both on Asajj, and then Talzin's unique for the turn meter gain. And then those are the only 3 like must-have Zetas in my eyes. If you want to do the Talzin lead for other aspects of the game, you can too as well. And I mean, it's not a faction that you have to go and put like gear 12 plus on to make them viable.
Yeah, 11 they're fine, but 12 they really start kicking ass.
Yeah, and if you start putting like the med packs and the bayonets on them, you're going to get way more damage and survivability. And with Zombies' new mechanic, it seems like that team's kind of like the Revan mechanic. They keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So
it's pretty nice. All right, next question for good old Maurice from What Else 73. Question: do you think Mace is better on offense or defense during this month of Mace Madness and Territory Wars?
Well, on offensively, at least on paper, if your Mace is relatively geared whatsoever, you should have a pretty good chance against any Trey or Palpatine squad, depending on the level of your guild. I think it's going to be pretty awesome on offense. But defensively, even if you don't have Revan, He should be very, very good on defense under a Bastila. I'm not sure if this is exactly how the mechanic works, but he does get 100% health, which is going to translate into 150% extra protection, the purple protection, on top of his 480% protection.
That's a plethora of protection.
Yeah, that's he's going to be extremely tough to kill without any sort of exposed mechanic that you can't land anyway because he's got tenacity up from Bastila lead. So I think either way, I think a lot hinges on the level of your guild. I think if you're in a lower guild, he will probably shine on defense under Bastila. But if you're in a higher guild trying to mow through those Treyas, that's probably going to be your better bet. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna get a crash course in what's what here. And if you get a lot of these teams have Dooku on it too, and Dooku's got a boost as well. These Treya teams, so it'll be interesting to see. Just it's unfortunate, kind of. I mean, because I placed first. Spoiler: I placed first order on defense, and then realized they don't have any of their bonuses this TW. So I was like, oh,
I know, right? But they're still
whoops.
really good. They're still really, really good. I mean, first order on defense is a solid team because you can't dick around with first order. If you give that team turn meter and you don't wipe them out or take out a couple of them on your turn, you're setting your other folks for failure because you're gonna have to go in there with a really top team to clear it out. So don't, kids out there, don't leave turn meter on teams.
I think if you re-ask that question next week, we'll have a much, much better answer for you. As well, actually, all of us will see it in all different types of scenarios, and then we can really give
what's going
good,
on.
solid answer.
Yeah. Fat Tony 99 question for T Money. Question: next Zeta on direct focus for Revan or put on Jolie? Jolie is gear 11, hopefully gear 12 by the time I get the last few Zeta mats. I already have Revan lead and hero done, and all other Zetas on my Jedi.
I went with Jolie. The order that I think that Revan should go in is if you have a gear 12 Jolie, it should go leader Jolie, direct focus hero. That's kind of where I've settled. I did hero first, and it's very difficult going up against Revans in arena because you don't have that cooldown mechanic happening, and it just puts you on your heels. You really do need that cooldown mechanic. I think that his extra bonuses, you can spend some extra time modding and try and bridge the gap there, but there's no modding that is going to give you a -1 cooldown on Revan's abilities or on Grandmaster Yoda's abilities or whatever. So I think that's the way to go. Jolie is if you have Revan and you're not gearing him, if you have Bastila and you're not gearing gearing Jolie, he's a very, very, very good tune. He's going to be when the next meta report comes out, he's going to be right up there with everybody. He's going to be standard in all of these teams.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good. Let's see here. Next question. We'll go back to the top to Mikey. Matt Reagan has a question there. Mike, question: crit damage or offense is set for Grandmaster Yoda on Revan lead teams? I'm currently running Grandmaster Yoda with offensive set and crit damage triangle at 250 speed and 5,500 damage. Mike.
Yeah. I haven't tried my Yoda with the crit damage set, and it's one that I'm seriously considering because I find that on my opening salvo, I tend to go first. I've got a pretty quick Revan. I tend to go first, and I can't get his savior crappy thing to kick in. So I'm not hitting hard enough. So I'm wondering whether or not to kind of have two mod sets. I personally, I think I'd stick with the offense set for your raiding, but at least give it a go. Build a loadout, switch them over. All right, it'll cost you some creds, but just see whether or not it's going to. It's one that I'm seriously contemplating once I can get round to actually doing some more work with. Sorry, I saw some chat.
Stay on target.
Yeah. It was about somebody being able to talk for a while.
Right.
He says trying to pad out the response. Yeah, it's one that I'm gonna try once I've built the loadout myself, just to see if that just gives you that bit more hitting power at the start of an arena battle. I hope that helps.
There you go. All right, guys, get your questions in. If you have questions, make sure you put them in there. Make sure you put question in front of your question so we can get the scoop up. And by we, I mean me, because I'm doing triple duty because Finn decided to celebrate his birthday with his mother. Happy birthday, Finn's mom. All right. Next question for King Felix. This is from Danilo Papaya's question. If Night Sisters are the scissors of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, not related to Scissor Man Warrior, which teams are rock and paper?
Yeah, I saw that in the chat, and Darth Hideous answered it, and I think he answered correctly. Revan is the rock, and Treya is the paper. Although I think you got it kind of backwards because paper beats rock. But anyway, yeah, you got Jedi and Sith, and then the Night Sisters are just a really good team, really good starting team because you don't have to go crazy with them.
What about?
And it's not gonna be like my Jedi team, which is about to have like 8 Zetas on it for but anywho's, yeah,
right.
I'll go with that.
Well, so where does that leave the CLS Chewbacca Han teams? They're just some kind of strange.
So, I mean, I guess they're rock, scissors, paper, shoe. Isn't that the next one? So they can be the shoe.
What's the game they played in the Big Bang Theory? Rock, paper, scissors, or something Spock?
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that show in a long time.
I can't remember what they call it. Rock, paper, scissors, something Spock, and I can't remember what it was, but maybe that's what we need to start using because there are some. I mean, JTR is kind of dead in the meta. You see some teams and younger shards and stuff like that, but I mean, the CLS team is still part of the meta because on offense it can still work. Night Sisters, of course, Treya, and now Revan are the 4 you see the most predominantly up there. You're not really seeing anything else. And even if you see Emperor Palpatine leads, it's with a Treya. It's not like it's Treya lists, but just regular Palpatine leads are not really getting into the top 100 of them. I mean, they're few, but I mean, depending on the how old the shard is. If it's newer, then yeah.
We have no Night Sisters in my top 20.
Okay,
there's too many Jolies. There's too much healing for the Night Sisters at the top of mine. But you see them in the top 50.
Oh, okay. But, it's rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you,
that's right. There lizard, Spock. Yeah.
There we go. I couldn't remember it. I haven't seen it in a while either. All right. Next question from Old Man Wilson for Xylo. Question: should I start gearing clones for possible future events or future event?
Gearing what?
Should I start gearing clones for a possible future event?
No, that's like past 10 content.
Well, they've got the event. They said that's going to be for one of the territory wars where they're going to have buffs and stuff like that here on in the 3rd week of November, if I'm not mistaken.
I just don't think it's risking worth winning clean wins and stuff. So,
what the hell's going on in the background there, Zalo?
My dogs.
That's not your dog. I hear people talking.
It's a chick, man.
Your dog says "kiss my ass" or something like that. What the hell's going on there? You have talking dogs now, there, Xylo?
Yes.
Where are you? Are you at a function or something?
No, I'm a patio.
Oh, okay. Because I heard all this talking, I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's a breakfast party at Xylo's. Okay. Next question. Ooh. I'm going to try to pronounce this name, but holy moly. Miandas Caparos. We're going to call you EK. Miandos Caparos. That's a badass name, but I can't pronounce it. To save my life, so you are EK. Not EP, EK. For good old Maurice, question. Should a free-to-play player refresh Arena?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way to answer. If refreshing, if you need to refresh your 5 games to consistently get in the top 10, maybe hopefully top 5, then yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Should you refresh it and then refresh it again to lock in and then refresh it again to climb? No. I guess that'd be a lot easier to answer if I knew where you ended up if you refreshed. Like if you don't want to refresh your arena to get into the 200s or the 500, then it's not worth it at all. But
even in the hundreds, like, so let's say you're going 100, 150 is 100 to 150 shards, right? If you refresh, you should only get 100 shards, so it's really not worth it, right? Same thing for 150 to 200. It's not until you get to the top 10 that you start seeing dividends on that. If you can be in the top 5, especially, yeah, because you're going from refreshing where you're going from 250 to 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, right? That's when you really see that. That's where it's really worth it. But if you're going, yeah, it's not. But it depends on where you're at, like you said.
I do think, because like you mentioned, from the 21 to 50, 21 to 50 and 5100, there is a 50 crystal prize difference. So you're not going to make any crystals, but what you will do is you will fight the better teams,
True.
Making your team better too. So I mean, you're not going to gain anything, but you do get lots of experience to help you climb even further in the future. So anything lower than 100, no, don't do it.
Can I add one thing?
Absolutely.
Sometimes people, if you're down low, like there's a lot of great teams that are at like 2, 3, 4, 500, and you're just not. You have to play arena consistently. You have to play it every day. You have to do all your 5 battles, and sometimes you have to do those 50 refreshes for a week just to get up where you kind of like quote unquote deserve to be, like where your team deserves to be. That's just what I wanted to add.
There you go. Let's see here. Next question for Team Money from Vincent Bellapool. Question: is Nest Zeta worth it?
Yes.
So worth it.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
So worth it. There's is it 3? There's so Treya, Revan, for sure. I had those like guys as ready to go as I possibly could. And then Nest and Bastila were the only other 2 Zetas. Those were my day 1 Zetas. I took one look at the kit and I was like, my Nest is 3 stars. She's getting her Zeta because I know that she's getting it eventually. So it's a great Zeta.
Yeah,
and you need it. You need it for her to shine. If she doesn't get that,
yeah,
she's not doing her job for you.
She doesn't do anything without it. I mean, even at 4 stars, you put the Zeta on gear 11, she's worth it. She does what she's got to do, and yeah, have to do it, and it is totally worth it. That Zeta is dynamite. That's why Nest is meta. There's a reason you see a lot of Nest running around because, Jesus, she is nasty.
There's only 3 characters I've put a Zeta on that weren't 7 stars, and they were Scion, Bastila, and Nest, and all 3 of them are bangers.
Yeah, she's nasty. All right, next.
Good bang for your buck.
Absolutely. Next question from Mike. Mike, are you paying attention?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
Okay, we got a little delay there, so just making sure, Mike, because
I was on mute.
Mike is muted.
All right, next question from Mike from Darth Hideous. Question. I'm starting to gear bounty hunters. Nobody in that faction over gear 9. Who are the top 5 to focus on for versatility?
Top 5 for versatility. Boba.
Yes, Boba.
Personally, I would go Dengar.
Mm-hmm.
IG-88.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lover of thermals, so if you Greedo and Zam would be my personal. Otherwise,
no Bosk, huh?
Oh crap! Of course, right. Drop Zam, put in Bosk. Yep. Wow.
Oh my
I've
god!
Just geared up. I took Hound's Tooth to 7-star finally, and dropped to gear 12 plus onto my Bosk. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm currently doing the Greedo challenge. You know, under the bounty hunters. I think it's the second one. It takes a long ass time to do it all, but basically, I've got to fill Greedo's contract, and I've just switched over. I'm farming Aura, so I've got her on the way to 7th star, and I'm gearing her, running her lead with Greedo and Django's in there and Bosk. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man, she's been good. I think a lot of people are sleeping on her. Like she's got some cool stuff in her
Aura?
kit. Or Sing, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
She does, but she's totally Ray Tune. I've looked at her and like she hits hard, but it's just no.
You've got to max out her.
I know it's
her
not
contract.
worth the. It's not worth the.
You got to go all in on her though, and I mean, like to benefit the community in general, like or seeing being on that note on the 16, like majority of the 16 energy node characters in the canteen are worth it.
Mhm.
But Aura's gonna
She's
be
good,
an
though.
easy way
She's
for
good.
P3. Yeah, she's a rev encounter for Urzatron. You guys seen that video with the Aura lead and Enfys is the 5th, kind of like the Sith Darth Maul, Kylo Ren concept, or Enfys Nest, the newer one.
Because they all stealth. Yeah.
Yeah, Urzatron's got a great video on that. You should go check his channel out too later. She's a great bounty hunter too, and you know, obviously she does that hella damage in P3. So
very, very, very in game though. And
Yes.
you should
for
not
sure,
have.
for
Yeah.
sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's something you want to add on to your roster later on. So
Your basic. I look at bounty hunters as two squads, and because Zeta Bosk I look at Empire, and then I look at Clone Wars. And because I think the synergy on both those teams work really well. Django lead with those 5 just are nasty because they're very very disgusting on offense. But Zeta Boss with the other 4 bounty hunters, even IG88. Once you get him to gear 12 and stuff, because he can get behind the ton of Boss, right, which was the problem before because he is squishy. He does a ton of ridiculousness.
oh yeah,
I mean, he hits hard, super hard, and the more debuffs out there, the harder he's hitting. Plus, he does target lock and all that stuff. I mean, it's nasty what he can do. And same thing with Greedo.
Especially once the contract's filled and the heal that goes through.
You know,
which then
yeah,
just perpetuates
yes,
it all, and then you're in a world of pain.
You're in a ton of world of pain, and Greedo and Dengar work really really well together because those thermal combinations that they're doing are just nasty as hell too. You know, you throw Boba in there, and I mean, you're really got a team. I mean, that's what makes them so
or
good.
even Cad Bane, yeah.
You could go Cad Bane, but I like the Django Embo or Cad Bane's Zam combination for offense, and it's one thing I'll work on eventually as I start farming them. If I could ever get goddamn old the Glad, someday I'll get the Old Republic tunes done, and then I could farm some cool stuff, you know.
You don't have them done? How did you get Revan?
I don't have Revan, you son of a bitch.
Oh, wait.
You jeez.
Wait.
What a butthole. All right, I'll ever say goodbye to King Felix.
All right, next question.
See what I do? I try to help people out, get them in great guilds and stuff, and I get this crap.
No. So I'm positive.
What? Oh my God! No, God! Mike,
yes.
use deadly force if necessary. Oh my God! Use deadly force. Get her out of there.
Sorry, daughter.
Oh my God! Mike, lethal force if necessary. Get her out. You have permission to use kung fu fighting.
Yes, I'm sure we won't make it 3 times a charm.
Oh my God!
Okay.
All right, stay calm. If you don't look at her, she won't cuss.
Let me mute. Sorry.
Wait for it.
We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. Okay.
Oh, he muted.
Okay. Thank God the danger's passed. Oh God.
That new mic would have picked up that quality for sure.
Oh my God. Oh God. All right. Next question for King Felix from Tim Better. Question: how critical are Hoda's Zetas to his success? Which ones are the best? I'm getting mine as 7 star this territory battle. Well, congrats, Tim.
Yes, congratulations. That
Very
is
nice.
Awesome achievement. Hopefully you already have Wampa, or else get working on Wampa.
Yep, gotta do it.
And by the way, once you get both of those done, that guild event store or guild event tokens is
so
just
great.
free gear everywhere.
Yep.
All this stuff. All right,
amazing.
Hermit Yoda, where is mine?
Find me, Will.
Okay. So strength flows from the Force is the one you want to do first, which allows you to heal. It reduces the cooldown, and all allies gain 20% protection, and Jedi gain 4 separate turns. So that one's much more important. Do or do not is completely for raids. It is not needed for any Jedi team in any arena or territory wars. You don't need to do it. You really only need his strength flows. If you're going all in on Jedi, yeah, you know what, go ahead. But it's not a high priority for your Hermit Yoda.
And a powerful ally it is. All right. Next question to Xylo, but I want to speak to my apprentice. Where is he?
He's still sleeping.
Wake him up. I need to discuss things with him for a diamonds of the galaxy.
I was so excited because I'm off this weekend for my second job, and he wakes up at 5 o'clock this morning, and I just got him to sleep like an hour ago, and he's been sleeping soundly, and I'm ready for him to wake up. Though.
He is a cutie pie. We had him on Thursday for the Jedi Academy. He loves Uncle Palpatine. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, he's your biggest fan, Ranger.
Every time I start doing Palpatine, he starts smiling with this little grin. That's ridiculous. like yes, Ranger Palpatine, we shall dominate together. That's right, my apprentice. Let us kick that ass.
I'm already telling you, next Halloween he'll be the Emperor.
Oh my God, you've got to do it, dude. Please put the robes on him. Oh,
I'm working on it already.
Oh my God. That would be so great. All right, next question. We go to you, Xylo. Question from JLY9. Question: I'm playing around with Monty, my zombie, with speed and health. What's a solid speed and health target to shoot for? Thanks.
Solid.
Solid as a rock.
Let me pull up my zombie real quick so I can kind of give you an idea of where I'm at, and then maybe everybody else on the panel can chime in and go from there.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and look, and guys, get your questions in.
Night Sisters. So my zombie is sitting at gear 11 with 3 pieces on. Going into the stats, I've got her clocked at 206 speed, and then she's got 34k protection and then 22k health. She definitely needs primary like health circle, triangle. You want a speed arrow. Basically trying to get the secondaries. I know my zombie's not where she needs to be health and protection wise. You could go 2 different routes. You could slice up her mods to, the bare minimum to gold, not 60, hoping for some extra secondary statistics. If you wanted to go that extra mile and give her some 60 mods, that'll boost up those health statistics on the primary. I would say you want to shoot for at least like 35k health, maybe 40k. Anyone else want to chime on that one?
Oh, great and powerful Jedi Council. Can we help Xylo with his analysis of the dead lady with it that has green eyes?
I'm just saying with the butchers at mine.
Yeah, big time health and speed.
Yep, health and speed is all you want.
Yeah.
Megan.
Wait a minute, Mike. Did you get Sweary Dot out of there? God, no.
Yeah, it was a quick verbal bombardment, and then she was away.
Okay.
She's going off to get food, and her and food is like, do not stand in front of a hippo.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
It's gonna be bad, and you're gonna come off worse.
When Sweary Daughter attacks, I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah.
But yes, health and speed.
Where's Steve Irwin when you need him?
All right. All right. Good old Maurice. Next question for you. Zingy, I caught your question here, but make sure you put question in front of the statement next time because it won't scoop up on our Nightbot that when we're scooping questions. But I did catch it. Is Vader's ship better in starting lineup or reinforcement? This is a great question. I love this question. What do you think, good old Maurice?
I think depends on what you're using. I mean, if you're using, their traditional, Vader TFP Biggs type older meta team, then yes, he's better in the beginning. He is also very good off the bench,
It's
especially under Tarkin.
amazing off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, especially under Tarkin, he gives all those
Oh
debuffs.
my god.
I use him off the bench if that's helpful.
Same. I use him off the bench too. His bonuses, his reinforcements once you get him done are disgusting. They are absolutely disgusting. He comes off the bench under Tarkin or Chimera. He comes in and he just starts wrecking. And because I used him in my starting lineup for the longest time, with the standard, Biggs, Vader, TIE Pilot. Then I started using Silencer, and I'm like, well, this is doing okay. But someone said, why don't you just leave TIE Fighter in and Silencer, and then just bring Vader off the bench? So I'm like, well, let me try it. Well, what's it going to hurt? And I was like, my dear God in heaven, he is destroying everyone. Because he debuffs everybody too. So, I mean, it's just, it is brutal when he comes in. It's not fair, especially under a Tarkin lead. Oh my God. Like the Geonosians, and then all of a sudden Vader comes in off the bench. It's like, wait, and then he starts just wrecking your team. You're like, what the hell? What the?
Okay, if Biggs is your main, if Biggs is your tank, then use maybe Vader in the starting lineup while you develop another strategy. Maybe.
Sure.
I was trying to think of a way to answer it.
No, I think both are great answers. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends. Like you said, what's your lineup and what are you using, right?
Yeah.
I mean, me and you both like him off the bench, but I'm sure there's people that. Does anybody here like to use him in the starting lineup?
I was going to say I've just switched over. Last night, I mentioned earlier, I faced a Mace Windu, Anakin ETA squad fleet. And I just wanted to mess about and try out a Sith squad, and I kind of reorganized it. And what I'm running is, so I've just 7-starred my Houndstooth, so I'm running Houndstooth with TIE Advanced and Scimitar in my lead, in my front three. And then I'm bringing Sith Assassin and the B-28 in later on, and that's working for me. I mean, I'm only up into the top 20 at the moment, but my payout's not for a couple more hours. So, but yeah, I'm just playing around with that. But I have maxed out Sith Assassin and the B-28. My B-28's 5-star. I've maxed out both their reinforcements. It's quite fun shutting down Geos just through days.
Wow.
You kind of new to them with the thermals. It's those thermals again.
I was curious about those concussion grenades for sure. I mean, those look really interesting.
Yeah, it's proving fun. I'll be putting some vids out later on. One spectacularly going wrong, and then the redress, and then it's fun.
All right.
I gotta say, Mike, I love those videos where he's like, "Don't do this." Don't. I love those. Those are hilarious.
Yeah, I know, and that nice English way of saying it, like, don't be a turd burglar. It's like, oh, he asked it so nicely.
I put in the description something along the lines of Jim Henson would be proud how well I played this.
Oh my God. All right, next question from Modingo for T-Money. Question. I'm finding JTR, BB-8, Fast R2, Thrawn, and Ness the most consistent squad to take out 165 plus speed Revan teams in Arena. What is everyone else using if you can't outspeed the opposing Revan?
So yes, this team, I've started to develop this team. I threw it in Arena last night, and it's nice. It's I didn't put any mods on it. It's just got my Territory Wars mods on, and I had to strip a lot of my mods for my Night Sister team. Really, this is like a public service announcement.
Sure.
I do not think that Revan is going to have. Maybe somebody's going to figure out a cheese team. There's so many smart people in this community. It is very possible. But the teams that are going against Revan right now, Ray, like any semblance of Night Sisters. These are just simply good arena teams that need to be, or maybe not. They're not the best arena teams on defense, but they are possible to win on offense. They need your best arena mods in order to do that. You can't go in there with a plus 80 speed zombie and expect to beat a Revan that has plus 157 speed. It's just not going to happen. You have to pull your very best mods onto these tunes, and then you have to learn the team really, really, really well. Like people who are getting scores with the Night Sisters of like 8-10 million in the Sith raid, well, guess what? They can go into arena and take down Revan teams relatively consistently, right? And so you just that's what I'm finding this week, and I'm speaking humbly because I was beating Revan teams when we put our video on Ventress Lead Out.
Sure.
And then they got better, and then I stopped being able to beat them.
Yeah.
And that was very emotionally hard for me. Very emotionally hard.
Team Money went home and rethought her life.
I did, and I don't know if you guys know how many arena battles it takes to max out, but what happens is that instead of a countdown timer, everything's grayed out at the bottom. And I've seen that twice this week because I've been doing so many battles in arena. So, if you are having trouble beating, but I'm beating them now, I was like, oh yeah, like 80% win, and then it just fell off. When Jolie came in, people modded them properly, people started getting the Zetas. And so now I was like, I had a bunch of corrections. Good old Maurice and I Skyped, and he's like, what are you doing? Stop doing that. I was like, oh, okay. Like my guildies are like, we're like picking apart each other's videos and stuff. This is the kind of team it is. It's not a go in and push a button, it's not that. So yeah, so that's the counter that I'm using. I try and climb with that. I find it almost as consistent as for me as a Revan right now, because my mods are not, I can't get faster than the other Revans. It's really hard. And so if you get one of your Revan team picked off in that first round robin, you can't come back from that. But you can if it's a Night Sister.
All right. Well said, T. Next question from Earl Estaris to you, Mike. What is the best capital ship and lineup to use for Anakin Starfighter? I don't have the Sith Fighter or Bomber developed, so can't use them. Well, you don't want to use them with Anakin, I can tell you that right now. But Mike, you want to take a shot at this?
Best capital ship to use with?
And lineup. We're still playing around with it, but if you had to give your best guesstimation.
I must admit, I was impressed with my awful play against the Mace lead of just kind of if you can get it on a roll, it's nasty. I mean, I was looking at all five ships, Green to the Hill, all with Retribution, and it was like, oh, okay, and it was I mean, that was lovely. It's just the fact that endurance is kind of like the tugboat in a speedboat race. So it's just, as long as you know who to kill first that dismantles the entire thing, then away you go. I would then switch to the dark side. I think
the dark side.
I would go dark side. I'd probably go Executrix. I just like Executrix. It's fast. So you get in the gains from the capital ship at the same time. You've got the chance of ability block. You've got the expose popping up, and the expose along with ETA. I mean, that's a match in heaven. So yeah, that would be what I would be trying out. To be honest, at the moment, I visit the mod shop far too often, and I don't have enough credits to actually activate my ETA. So I won't know for a little while. But I will be trying that out myself.
All right. Next question for King Felix from A Ziggy. Question: I'm in a 1-year-old shard this month. There's a cracker that just hit over 4 million GP. How much money would it take to do this in 1 year?
I saw this question and I'm really happy I got it because I, who have been playing for about 2 years and 4 months, just hit 4 million GP.
Yeah, I'm only
Um,
about to hit 3.8.
so
And I started day
I'm going to
one.
say a solid like 15 to 15 grand. I'm thinking in a year.
Yeah. That's a
Like,
lot. God damn.
look, and you never know what people do for a living.
Sure.
This might be the owner of, McDonald's. You just don't know. And he might,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
yeah, he's loving it, and he's going to be at the top of that chart until his dying day. But, I mean, that is a lot of money. Unless you are the owner of a fast food chain, you might not want to spend that much in a year. But, I mean, I want to give me this guy's phone number if you have it, so maybe I can get him to pay my mortgage.
Jeez.
And then we can go do this. But yeah, I'm saying at least 15 grand, probably more.
It's a lot.
Even because I mean,
Yes,
15 grand is if he's really smart with his money. If he's not smart with his money, probably more like 25. He's opening chromiums like Ranger and I used to do.
Yeah. Probably got better pulls than I did too. Yeah.
Well, everyone got better pulls than you.
Pretty
did,
much, man. I have the worst pulls ever. It was that's why I hate. If someone ever says open a pack, I just cringe because I'm like, nope, because I will get hosed somehow, some way. But it's guaranteed drops. Not for me. It won't be. Nope. You have no idea.
Oh man, I remember
Go ahead, Mike.
doing chromium pulls for Echo because I needed Echo to make the full clone. That's when clones actually worked. So that's pre level 80, I believe. Yeah, to put in chromiums for that. Oh my god. Yeah,
those were I won't say they were good old days, but they were old days.
Back in May,
They were definitely old
damn,
days.
we used to pull them chromium again. Damn, it cost us an arm and a leg. All right, next question to Xylo. Young Gun 8834 questions. Should I save up Zetas to see if any rework happens to Clone Wars era tunes? Xylo. Did he disappear?
I think
He might have
your
dropped.
apprentice might have woken up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's
He's
right.
he's still on the call, but he's muted.
First choking my apprentice for not
Yeah.
being here to answer my question.
I'm here. Little man just woke up.
Then why are you on? Put on
The
my
force is strong.
Put on my apprentice. My apprentice. What should we dominate today in the galaxy?
Yeah.
Why are you not responding, my apprentice? Have you been force choking your father 10 times a day like I asked?
Say every day, Ranger. Every day, Master.
That's good. Good. Alright. So
what's the question?
Young Gun 8834 question. Should I save up Zetas to see if any rework happens to Clone Wars era tunes?
I mean, I don't know about exactly for the clones, but I'm probably the ideal weirdo sitting out here. I like to sit on one. You know, you never know when something new is going to come, or like when Revan dropped, I had the Zeta to put on Hero and work towards the leader in a few days span. So I'm not saying sit on them for the clones. I would say just sit on one, just because there could be a potential, mass rework, but like we were talking about earlier, between Grievous and the Separatist, and then the clones and the Galactic Republic Jedi and all that stuff. So you never know what's right around the corner. I mean, unless you need something in particular on your roster, go ahead and sit on a Zeta. It's nice. It's nice to have that cushion Zeta in your pocket.
All right. I missed a question here from Verge Grande Shinkon. Chingon. Question: Can Ranger Newman sing "Short People," preferably to a video montage of younglings? Yeah, I can do that. Short people got lightsabers. Short people gonna get slaughtered. There you go. Let's see here. Next question goes to good old Maurice, and this is from Mirden. Question: What are the goals, stats, speed, health, protection, damage for Old Republic Jedi under Revan Lead?
Just the build of a Jedi. Is that what he's asking? Under Revan?
Yes. What are the goals for the specific stats, like speed, health, protection, damage for Old Republic Jedi under Revan Lead?
I think I am of the thought that Bastila needs to be very, very fast. The faster she goes, she has that passive unique that grants just a little bit of turn meter to the Jedi. But if you want to build your Yoda to hit really hard, he doesn't have the best speed. I mean, those little small, just subtle turn meter boosts give him a world of advantage. I like her very fast. If your Revan is the fastest, like if your Revan, let's say your Revan is top 5 speed on your shard, you could probably focus a little more on offense. If your Revan is not, and I guess depending on how slow he is compared to the other Revans in your shard, the more protection and just tankiness that I think you want to build Jolie and Bastila with, because they will need to survive, especially Jolie. You just slap a lot of health on Jolie, a lot of defense. He does get protection regeneration, but he recovers so much health, health steal and whatnot on his basic attack that he just fills his health bar all the way up. It's so annoying when he counters and just like you have him down, he just all the way back up, just like So just yeah, that was a really long answer. I apologize.
No, it's a great answer because it's kind of in depth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a
Mm-hmm.
you know. But if you have questions specifically, Mirrodin, don't come to me because I don't have Revan. But everybody else, including the dog that just barked, will be able to help you answer this question in more detail.
Oh, another thing too. Another thing I've seen people doing with their Jolie, crit avoidance arrows.
Yep.
I've also seen full tenacity mods. Like
That's right,
3
right,
primary
just-
bonuses set tenacity mods. Oh man, I've seen a lot of crazy Jolies already.
That's a little overkill. Just-
Very
I got a
overkill.
I got a shard chat request this morning. I switched the speed arrow to a defense arrow on my Jolie, and it was requested of me to take the mods off of him because the guy couldn't take the spot I was occupying.
That's interesting. Is that a 6E defense?
No, it's a purple.
Oh, cool.
I got
Jesus.
a speed primary crit avoidance arrow with 17 speed and 16 defense flat. I was like, you're going on Jolie.
Jolie,
I've got a
Jolie.
313 Revan though, so that's probably part of it.
313? Nice, bro.
Yeah.
That's way faster than mine. Like to answer that guy's question before, I would have to put all protection on my team against you.
Yeah. I was looking at my 6Es that are on Thrawn. And they're all speed except for one, and they're crazy.
Why is my apprentice crying?
I walked away and he got so mad.
Give him his kyber crystal. My young apprentice, first lightning him now. All right, next question. Oh, for me, from Shadowville. Question for Ranger. Open up. Son of a.
It's a trap.
Shadowville, shut up. Oh, God.
I'm trying to work out whether I've just realised that Herb was it Herb the Perv and Palpatine look quite similar, and whether Ranger could do a combination of the two.
No.
Who is Herb the Perv?
Is it-
Who is that guy?
Family Guy, the one that likes
Get your
Chris.
monkey ass over here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You spread it, not to like I said, spread that butter. Spread it.
You want a popsicle?
The sour creamy.
I'm going to stop and move us along right now. That's what's going to happen.
Why are you doing that to Money? What's wrong with talking about Perv the Perv? It's just a cartoon character in a very beloved American comedy cartoon.
I believe in you and I believe in your show, and I'm saying.
I believe.
Trust me.
You're just saying, right? Okay. Let me see if we have any more questions. I think that might have been the last one. And look. Yes, our last question was for me to open a pack from Shadowville. Just awful. Absolutely awful. God. Well, you know what? We've answered a lot of questions today, so I think we can go ahead and wrap this up a little bit early. I mean, If you have a question, get it in real quick. If not, I think I'm going to give this another minute or two, and then we will wrap this up. And then we will allow everyone to pimp their stuff and get ready, hopefully next week, with the road ahead announcement to see what we'll have, so we can actually talk about stuff, except Wars reworks and stuff like that. Let's see if there are any more questions. Give it one more refresh, Rooney here. Let me look. Nope. All right, so no more questions. All right, so that being said, we're going to let everybody pimp their stuff. So we're going to go around the corner and let everybody pimp their channels and things of that nature. We'll start at the top with Mike, Mr. Birthday Boy, having his birthday weekend with the La Familia. Let's see here. Let me do some. Oh, and my Skype just disappeared. No wonder it got quiet all of a sudden. I hate Skype so much. Decepticons, did you have a question? Let me look here. Hold on, my Skype just went.
Jolie, with granted, I have like I think the second or third fastest Revan in my shard, other than this one guy who has him at like 322 because his mods are ridiculous, and his whole team is at like 150 plus speed. But
I missed a question from Decepticons. Let me go back here and look here.
hey, Ranger's back.
Yeah, I know.
I think we missed a whole bunch of questions.
No, I'm refreshing.
Did you pass out there? Did you just like?
No, Skype just went, like it does with the new Skype. It just went poof. I was like sitting there talking
Some dead air.
like, why the hell is everyone so goddamn quiet? I mean,
We all paused. Nobody said anything for like 30 seconds.
And then we're all like, oh, hey.
Decepticons, I don't see your question. Put it in there right now, and we will answer it for you.
Copy and paste, Decepticons.
Yeah, just put it back in there, my friend, and we'll get that before we close up shop here to answer your question. I'm not seeing it.
Does Houndstooth work well with Chimera? If so, what is the best lineup to use? No Geos.
I'll answer. This is the lineup that's not mine. We were streaming one day with Tragus, and he told us to use this one. So basically, what you do is you put a TIE fighter pilot up front. I think you're using Houndstooth, right? Like so, TIE fighter pilot, tank, whatever, Houndstooth is fine, and then a third, and you basically are just really careful. You have to watch the turn meter of your capital ship. Do you need to take a little nap there, Ranger? Do you need to put you down for one?
What?
Yeah. Are you yawning?
Yeah.
Yeah. and then so you don't, not on the first time, but on the second time, like after the cap ships go first, then you use TIE fighter pilot special and with the foresight up, and you just drive turn meter for the capital ship so that you get the ultimate off first. I think that the Chimera, Warrior was saying it like forever, the Chimera is the worst capital ship. I think Mace is probably the worst capital ship, but the Chimera is not great compared to the other ones, but it is fantastic for getting rid of the Houndstooth because you can use with the TFP. You just use that foresight. You just push the ship along, and protect it with tanks until it can get its ultimate off. Houndstooth goes, and then boop, 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 you just take everybody else out.
If you've got a working Gauntlet, you can do the other combo, which is with Gauntlet and Ghost. That's a naughty fleet to go against.
The Gauntlet's really good. That ship is awesome.
And I've been bringing Wedge out of reinforcements too. You told me to do that good race, and you just Wedge's reinforcement ability just puts buff immunity, and you bring him out of reinforcements, buff immunity. The next Houndstooth turn, he loses his everything, and you kill him like a normal ship. It's very simple.
Anakin does the same thing, though. I'm pretty sure he does. He has a buff immunity and a healing immunity on the ship, does he not? Yeah, isn't it his reinforcement? I thought.
ITF
or special
as well, doesn't he? If it's target locked,
yeah,
you can get a target lock and then do the ITF special. Yeah, I mean that seems to me that buff immunity is the tool for Houndstooth.
Oh yeah,
for breaking it down. It's really the only way you're gonna do it.
It's a special. Impeding assault is Anakin's special, and it's healing immunity and buff immunity. which is the same as Wedge. You get healing immunity and buff immunity off the bench.
But it's not guaranteed.
No,
and
Wedge is
Wedge's
guaranteed.
is, yeah.
And
And
hello,
Saxon's
your
isn't
nemesis.
guaranteed.
I'm a big Gar Saxon. I'm Gauntlet Starfighter. I'm a big fan of that ship.
Oh man, I love that ship.
It's
I have
so
them both
good.
at gear 11 too. I have both of the Gar and the Super Pooper at gear 11.
I use mine, and my are like gear 5 and 6. And Super Commando, I realized didn't have any mods on him, and I'll still use it. That's a great ship. Just bring him out of reinforcements. He does his job, protection up or buff immunity, whatever you need, and then he dies. That's fine.
And another thing you could do, with Xanadu Blood coming around the corner, you could do Warriors WTF. I mean, it's not the same without Executrix, but you still get the control with Chimera's ship. And a utility that I use, because I use Chimera on offense and defense, the AI won't do it, but if you start the match off and you heal, it gives your ships buffs and debuffs a majority of the enemy's team too as well, and then you start the train rolling with those debuffs. And when you do get that heal back again off the cooldowns, it'll basically revive that whole team back up to full health. So it's a great... I like control for Chimera. That's why I like it on offense and defense. It doesn't play it as well on defense, but you have more control, in my opinion.
Is it defense down, the red shield? That's what it deploys, isn't it? So if you can get that and then get like Gauntlet or ITF, ITF only if target locked, and then get the buff immunity as well, then
start chipping down hounds. Yeah, exactly.
Days.
That's what I do when I open up, because being the question without geos, I open up with just the 3 geos, and as soon as I do spies call to assist, that hound tooth is gone regardless of the star level. So
all right, now let's try this again, where we allow everybody to pimp their stuff. We'll start from the top now that Skype is working and I can actually hear everybody talking, which is kind of a good thing. We'll start with the birthday boy, Mike. Again,
hey.
Thank
you. I had to recharge my pods halfway through the show, and it was fairly seamless. So I've been playing around quite a bit with ships, and I'm actually trying out predominantly Sith fleet. So I've got 4 Sith ships, 3 of them 7-star. The only one that isn't is the B-28 5-star. But playing around with that, and it's fun. It is fun. And there's some arena stuff as well. And I've geared up and I made good my cup. And I'll see if I can do some recording of some territory wars. And it's Mike Hunt, SWGOH. Thank you.
all right. Next, we'll go to King Felix. Anything you want to shout out? I mean, I know you don't have a channel or anything. You want to shout out anything?
No, I'm not smart enough for this YouTube stuff. I just come on here and answer questions as like the hillbilly I am.
Right.
But go RSG and go Mighty Chlorians and Revan.
Hey.
Revan. Xylo, you got a channel that you're part of the RSG crew. Anything you want to pimp?
Check my YouTube channel. It's Takedown Games. Been doing a lot more videos here the last week, and got a lot of stuff on my mind that I want to go and put up for you guys. I'm trying to get up to 200 subscribers too. Every subscriber counts too, so I really appreciate all your support too, and I hope you enjoy my content. Always enjoy hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate you having me on the stream, and it's always a good time with you guys, so thank you.
That's right. Good old Marines, Team Money, I'll kind of put you guys together. Operation Metaverse, and let you pin that first, so go for it.
Rock, paper, scissors?
All right.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. I got paper.
I got scissors.
Jerk. good old Maurice and I have a channel together called Operation Metaverse. Just type that into YouTube and you'll find it. Yeah, we're growing fast. Got lots of videos out. We enjoy putting out original content, lots of PvP stuff. Territory Wars is kind of where we focus, where our passion is. And our latest video, again, public service announcement, it's the Night Sisters are hard. You have to watch the video. We have people saying it's not working, it's not working. You have to get your mods really tight. You have to really learn the team, but it is possible. I believe it because I've lost it and I've had to get it back. So go watch that video. It's a new one of ours, and join the Discord. Discord grew 400 people in the last 2 weeks. So it's a lot of fun.
That's a lot of people.
It is.
It's a plethora of new folks.
And anything else, your stream with
Yes,
Ramon,
I was about to say, you and
Yes,
Ramon.
Ramon Azab, and I do a stream Sunday nights about midnight, 12:30. We get it up and we go as long as possible until I fall asleep. Yes.
Paraphrasing.
I'm lost. Did I say something naughty?
Yeah, you said you and Ramon. Never mind. I was being a teenager.
Okay, so I'd like to start over again, please. Ramon Azab and I have a live stream on his channel Sunday. Now you got me all nervous. Sunday nights at midnight to 12:30. We stream and we do arena battles, do testing, answer questions, all that sort of jazz. And also, the last 30 minutes or so of the show, I have been watching YouTube clips of Herb the Perv, if anybody's interested in watching those.
Okay.
So,
Can I add something?
absolutely.
So sorry, it wasn't. Yeah, I got that bit wrong. I forgot to say something, which was that I have a Discord channel or server or whatever it's called, and I've had it for over a year, and it's awful. It's like even the tumbleweeds have kind of migrated away from it, but it's been bejazzled. And if anyone's interested, there's a link in is it the banner, the picture thing that we have on YouTube? It's hidden in there somewhere, along with other things.
Cool.
But, yeah, drop on by. I'll start sharing links, but it looks good now. Sorry, I just and thank you, Just Pair, for doing that.
Mm-hmm. All right. And if you're watching this, then you're watching Reality Skewed Gamers. We stream a buttload. If you're watching this show specifically, this is the Jedi Academy. We do this every Saturday from 10 to 12 Eastern. Do me a favor, guys. If you're watching this and all these other channels and all these great folks that come on here that take time out of their busy schedule to answer your questions. So if you could give us a thumbs up on our video, subscribe, do the same thing for them. It's all about the community. So if you haven't already, check out their channels, check out their videos, support them in that way. It really does help with spreading the word on YouTube, and that's what we're all about. It's all about getting everybody's channels growing and as one, and that's what we like to see. Also, we have other streams we have during the week. We do lots of other games and stream them. We'll do D&D tomorrow, Monday through Friday. We stream 12 to 1. We have our lunch stream, which is a hoot. If you've not listened to yesterday's lunch stream, please go check it out. It is absolutely madness. I'm convinced Grande is mentally damaged in some form of capacity. And then Wednesday nights are a big stream where we stream the latest and greatest Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes and break it down and tell you a little bit what it all means, as long as running live stream in the community. We also do other games. We'll do Borderlands, we'll do Heroes of the Storm, we'll do Battlefront 2, so all kinds of stuff going on. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. And with that, thank you everybody for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and check out these other channels. On behalf of myself and the Jedi Academy, thank you guys for stopping in today. We really appreciate your support. You guys keep watching. We'll keep putting out stuff. That's what it's all about. So have a great rest of your weekend, and we will holler at you later. Peace.